Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got an early look at what I'm thinking is the next Prime Resurgence. Wasn't supposed to be released yet. And also I'm going to show you how to get the new mustache for your ship and frame. So let's hop right into this video. Before we do, make sure so this channel daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, all that kind of stuff. Great place for Warframe content. This Resurgence is probably starting in like 17, 16 days, but it is not confirmed yet. We just kind of have some early information on it, so let's get right into it. All right, so the first things first, though. Since November, we have the mustaches dropping that you can actually put in your ships in Warframe, so let's go ahead and show how you can get those right now. So if you want to get the mustache for your ship that lets you like fly around with a goofy mustache, just go ahead and search Sumdali, and then it's the 1 credit Tusker Sumdali, so you just go ahead and buy that. Then you can buy the other mustaches too if you want to equip your frames. That's going to be under the Appearance tab, under Attachments and Auxiliary. You can equip mustaches if you want. It's kind of a weird placement, like my Wisp mustache is like in her witch hat, but yeah, if you want to buy these, go ahead. I don't think they look that great, but they look kind of funny on proto frames for sure. So if you're going, if there's no proto Wisp, yeah, then we have proto Wisp in the future. We're going to like Volt or somebody, give him a mustache. It probably will look kind of funny. Oh, but keep in mind, you cannot have the glasses equipped while you have that. Alright, there you go. So that is the 1 credit mustaches. Let's go ahead and show how you equip it on your ship now. So if you're in the back rooms, it's a little bit different than if you're in the orbiter. Go to Equipment, Back Room, Landing Craft, and then you can customize your landing craft on this screen. So go ahead and equip that mustache if you want to, and now you have this mustache for the next month. It doesn't say it's time limited, but it is likely time limited because these are always time limited. That being said, we still have the pumpkin right now, so hopefully they don't take the pumpkin away in the next couple of minutes here. It's almost time for the Barris to go away. Alright, so now I said we got info on the next Resurgence. I'm not joking around. We actually have early info on the next Resurgence, which is probably not supposed to be released yet, but that's just how the way that live games go. So, we look right now, our current Resurgence is Nezha and Octavia, and it goes for another 16 days, 23 hours. They will reveal the next Resurgence in about 2 days, but they actually put the relics for the new Resurgence in the game already. So, I guess you could kind of call this spoilers, but yeah, you've been warned. So the new Resurgence will be as follows. Wisp Prime and Hildren Prime. So as you can see, there are some new relics down here. There's new Wisp relics, new Hildren relics, new Larkspur relics, and the like. Now, there's some pretty good relics in here. I hope they don't end up nerfing this, but if you take a look at some of these relics like this Neo H4, this looks pretty juicy. We've got a 100 ducat Hildren blueprint. You also get a 100 ducat Wisp Prime chassis. So, yeah, this relic is quite good for ducats. It's quite good for getting vaulted Prime sets complete. Now, Wisp does have 2 gold rare parts. She has a 100 ducat blueprint and that 100 ducat chassis we're just looking at. So they might end up nerfing down her ducat price. I hope they don't. I feel like they haven't really been doing that as much lately as they used to do. But yeah, sometimes frames they get in Resurgence, like maybe Nidus would be a good example. Nidus also had 2 gold parts. But Nidus has a 65 ducat gold part, and he also has a 100 ducat gold part, if I can find which relic that is. Yeah, his chassis is 100, his Neuroptics is now 65. I hope they don't do that to Wisp, but there's a chance they could, possibly. So, yeah, these relics are nice. We got the Axie W4 with the Wisp Prime blueprint, and some other stuff. Now, this one's not as stacked as that Neo H4 is, but it's also got Shade Prime in here, too. As far as the Lith L6, Larkspur Prime rare part, and just some normal 45 ducat stuff in there as well. For the Meso G10, you got Gunson rare part. Remember, you need 2 of those to build the set. And yeah, again, it looks like just the Neo H4 is juicy. It's got the Larkspur Prime blueprint too. So yeah, keep that in mind when this does come around. Now, as far as if these frames are worth getting, they are definitely worth getting, especially with Proto Wisp around the corner in December. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of my main builds for all these items that will be, again, likely coming back in about 16, 17 days. And you heard that here first. Okay, so as far as Wisp Prime, she's really, really popular, really, really good. There's lots of good builds you can use on Wisp Prime. And I've actually got lots myself that I use. So currently I've got the Energized Munitions Wisp equipped. This lets you fire your weapons a lot longer than usual. I use this in like speed run exterminate missions if I feel like playing Wisp. You've got the Fuse Reservoir Augment, really helpful, useful augment here. It places all of your 3 motes at the same time. Usually you have to place them individually, a lot more button presses. This is just 1 button press, and it places all your motes, electric, healing, and speed. As far as the rest of the stuff on here, should she buffs her own HP, Arcade Bellicose gives you more power strength, and Multi-Efficiency gives more duration for your energized munitions. As far as some actual other builds, we got... I'll just go through a bunch of... Okay, we got a... missing a bunch of mods. Go ahead and check out my Wisp Nourish level 10,000 video if you want to check that out. I got Nourish build on Wisp. Nourish is great on Wisp. Arbitration Wisp with Roar. Very helpful one right there. You just want to make sure that you got as much power as possible. I don't remember which arcane I usually use. I think it's like... Yeah, it's this one, Molt Vigor. Yeah, so I use something like this to buff my teammates with Roar a lot. I also use Crazy Wisp Motes to buff their movement speed and fire rate. And I just kind of chill for the rest of the mission. Okay, here's my actual Nourish Wisp build. My bad about that previous one. So yeah, actual Nourish Wisp right here. That is like a goofy one right there for her to augment. So you just want to jam a bunch of power strength. Most Wisp builds just jam a bunch of power strength. More power you got, the more Nourish damage you got, the more fire rate you have. Technically, the more Breach Surge stuff you got going on, too. But yeah, this could be great with, like, the Furus, with Vigorous Swap to get ridiculous heat procs, Arcane Precision to get lots of increased damage. It's really good for level 10,000s. And this is a build I don't really use. It looks like a Roar build meant for level 10,000. And then here's Plague Star Wisp, where I use Total Eclipse. Main builds I use on Wisp are going to be Energized Munitions, Roar for Arby's, and then... Nourish for, like, if you feel like you level 10,000 or anything like that. So yeah, really powerful frame, really strong frame. Let's move on to her primary, the Fulmin Prime. Now, I don't really use this thing that often, but it is pretty good. As far as what the Fulmin Prime is like, it has a primary mode where it's like a semi-auto, like, shotgun-ish thing with, like, Arcaplasmor-like capabilities to it. It's silent built in, but the alt-fire mode is a full-auto machine gun, basically, which I find has better damage a lot of the time. If you're using Wisp, the switch speed between those two modes will be increased. Now here's my build. I have Magnetic Corrosive with the Magnetic mod. This thing has built-in electric, so one Toxin mod will make Corrosive pretty good. You can throw on Viral too, but keep in mind that will make it Viral Electric, and it might take another mod slot. But yeah, good weapon here. Not the best weapon in the game. It's just good. So if you want to use this can take care of like EDA, ETA content, and maybe like level couple hundred in Void Cascade. For the melee with Wisp, it's the Gunson Prime. And this thing is really high stats. I'm actually surprised it already got vaulted. Very high stats. Just pretty much a generic, strong / melee. Not the best weighting for melee influence, but if you put on 2 electric mods, you'll have a good chance of proccing electric on here. It's actually higher electric proccing weight than the / weighting with this build. So yeah, good stuff here, but it's relatively generic, so if you just want some strong war fans, go ahead and grab them. Moving on to Hildred. Hildred is actually really good on the current patch. She's like extremely good for nuking down like defense missions, and defense missions are a lot easier to nuke down on the current patch. So as far as what I usually use on Hildred, I got power strength shards and I think like a shield shard. You don't need that shield shard, but yeah. As far as what Hildred does, her ulti got reworked, so now you can actually cast abilities in her ult. You used to not be able to do that. Also, her first ability, Balefire, got lots of buffs. It's actually really good now. So I'd highly recommend that you get Hildred and Wisp, both the frames from this Resurgence. As far as what I usually go for, I got high range with Zata's Whisper. Since she has bad crit and bad stats on her pistols, this is one of the best ways to buff it. Because it doesn't rely on procs, or it doesn't rely on crits or on status. But we've got lots of range to make our Balefire larger AoE. We've got lots of power strength to make it stronger too, and lots of shield capacity because we like shields. Now, the companion with Hildred is Shade Prime. I would not recommend using Shade Prime on Hildred. I'd recommend using shield companions on Hildred. But yeah, Arcane Aegis for shield regen, Molt Augmented. You could throw on Barrier, I guess, if you wanted to, but yeah, Hildred's really, really strong. As far as her other items, I'll show the Balefire Launcher. Here's her Exalted Pistols. Like I said, you can throw out Arcanes on here now. This gives additive crit chance, and she has 5% base crit chance. This makes you get red crits sometimes. Pretty nice. Rest of the stuff on the build is just Blast Electric. Again, she has basically no status chance to speak of, so we just go big Unga Bunga damage. For the other items of Resurgence, like I said, I would not recommend Shade Prime on Hildred. I'd recommend that you bring like the Roxa Kubrau instead. Really good with Hildred. Protect will give you your shields back really fast. It's just really, really good with her. You can put Link Redirection too. My shield has 7,000, or my dog has 7,000 shields because I'm playing Hildred right now. And there are the claws. There you go. Now, as far as the Larkspur, this thing's really good on the... Well, it's good as far as arc guns are concerned. So, yeah, I like this thing, but arc guns are just not really... They ain't it, Chief. And also, Sabat rounds is not worth running, in my opinion. But yeah, if you do want to run the Larkspur Prime, here's what I got equipped with Blast procs. Pretty good. We got our primary Crux and secondary Enervate. Lots of crit and status. And I got a pretty nice Riven, too. So, relatively happy with this thing, but it's not really worth pulling out in a mission versus, like, if you're playing Hildred, you should just use your Balefire instead of this, so, yeah. And as far as Shade, I'm not sure if Shade's got a good build on him, but honestly, if you're looking to get Shade, you should probably just get Haraz, the Invisible Dog, or you should get, that Shield Dog if you're looking to play Hildred, because Hildred's really, really good, like I said. So, here's what you got, or here's what I got. Ghost ability makes you invisible when you're not attacking with weapons, so if you use abilities, you'll stay invisible for a long time. The rest of the stuff's kind of whatever. And I think the weapon of the Shade Prime, is it going to come with, like, okay, Burst Laser Prime, not really worth going crazy on the mods for. I just say, yeah, focus on Hildred herself and Wisp herself, because the prices of them will probably be pretty cheap up until, like, this is what we kind of needed to. We kind of needed this going into the Proto-Wisp coming back, because there was a chance that Wisp was about to become 100 plat. And now that we have this announcement, I feel like the prices are already going down. I already started selling some of my Wisp sets. But keep in mind, too, that just because they're coming out in Resurgence doesn't mean that the prices will stay low forever. I mean, maybe this will be the only time Wisp and Hildred Resurgent for the next year and a half. Who knows? So, just want to make sure I gave you guys the heads up here, coming up with the good info. And again, there is no guarantees this starts on the next Resurgence rotation. It could be the Resurgence rotation in December for all we know. All that we know is that these relics are now in the game, and they were not in the game a couple days ago. So there you go. I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate all the support. Take it easy. Peace.